standing underneath the lights.
Hi everybody, welcome to the video. So thank you for being here. This is another installment of natesartlab challenge. This month's challenge is to use rainbow colors. The challenge could be any technique. It was just to have rainbow colors. And I haven't done a swipe in a while, and I love a swipe. For my colors, as you see over here, I have your traditional rainbow colors, and I will put all of the different shades of what they are in the description. The silver, I think I'm just going to sort of drizzle within. I'm going to literally line up my rainbow colors. These paints over here are pearl. They are Amsterdam pearl. So they're the paints where it looks white, as you can see. And I have each container marked with tape because if I don't, I would not know exactly what they are. So I have a pearl red, a pearl yellow, a pearl green, that's a tongue twister, pearl blue, and a pearl violet. Now, what I plan to do is swipe over the solid colors with white cell activator and swipe over the pearl colors with black cell activator. I'm considering doing it in sections and getting the one section, tilted out far enough that when I begin tilting the second section, the first section isn't really going to move much because the paint is so thin there. So I think that's what I'm going to do. And the thought process was solid colors, solid colors, pearl colors. So I think I'll do them in two sections. So I'm going to start by putting a bit of my base on this side.
When we wake, hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side, our fears are done. Oh, the good times just begun. Oh, we know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life.
So I've also taken a look and decided, based on the size of my canvas, this canvas, by the way, I think it's 10 by 30. That will be in the description for sure. Based on the size of my canvas, I've decided this is the palette knife I'm going to swipe my colors with. Okay, so let's start with the adding of the actual colors. And I want to try to get it close to my palette knife size. It needs to be not bigger than the palette knife. I don't necessarily want to get lots of unswiped color on the outer edges of my little area here. So I'm going to just widen that a little bit to match the palette knife a little better. So the red is Carmine. I will put it in the description, but I'm pretty sure I'm remembering the red is Carmine. It's Amsterdam color. I actually love. It's one of my very favorite reds. The orange is, as I said, Tigerlily. The yellow is kind of a little bit of a mix. I'll have to put that in the description. This green, I think, is called Permanent Green. It's a golden color. Permanent Green Light, I think it's called. And then this one is probably an Ultramarine. This is probably just turquoise blue. I think Amsterdam turquoise blue. I could check on that. I will put that in the description too. I don't think it's like a metallic or anything. I think it's just turquoise blue. And the purple is definitely a mix. That'll have to put in the description. Okay. And I think I'm going to, like I said, drizzle I'm going to just sort of drizzle the silver over this. That red is not the same size as the others. I should probably. Okay. So now I got to figure out, should I, hold on, sorry. I'm like thinking, I started to talk and then my brain was shut me down because I was trying to concentrate. Okay, so with regard to the direction. So I'm trying to decide, should I do my colors in the same direction here and then in opposite directions there? I think not. I think I'm going to do the pearl this way. So start red down here. And then when I get to here, it's going to be solid starting with red this way and then pearl starting with red that way. So, yeah. Okay. Okay. All right, red, pearl red. And as I mentioned already, so the red of the pearl paints will be swiped with the black. So of course, they're already going to show up well because I have a dark base. But I think with the black swipe over it is going to be even, cooler. That's pearl yellow. Okay, pearl green. Pearl blue. So the size of my lines keep getting bigger as I go. Probably not great. That one, what did I just say? Pearl blue. And then the last one is pearl violet. This cup is full. I hope I don't spill. Okay, so now I'm going to swipe this one this way with white, and I'm going to swipe this one this way with black. Here we go. I'll load up my palette knife. Okay, palette knife all loaded with white. Cell activator. And here we go. All right. Well, somehow or another, I made those bigger than my palette knife, or they probably spread out after I did them. So these may end up off the edge. These will likely not. They're actually kind of cool how they all look a little like they're just surrounding the edge there. So I think I'm just going to take this other palette knife. I'm just going to run, there we go, through it. And then I'm going to do the same thing over here just in case a lot of this doesn't go off. And there's no red in there. Okay, I'm not going to fuss with that anymore. All right, now I'm going to load up my black, and we're going to do the same thing. All right, here we go. Now we sort of have a similar situation. I don't know how, I probably should have left the pile smaller than my palette knife because obviously they spread out while they were sitting there. And that's okay. Hopefully these will end up looking cool. I'm going to do the same thing though. I'm going to swipe through the colors in here, through each of them. Not swipe, I'm sorry, just move my knife through the colors.
Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright. Before I sleep, hear the crickets, see the moon, side by side and through, no limit to what we can do. Oh, we know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are fine.
You know, I did lose some things over here that I liked, but I still like what I've got left. It's actually pretty cool. There's a whole lot of purple right there, but honestly, I'm such a fan of purple. I'm not sure that bothers me that much. I'm going to leave it for now because obviously we're not done tilting. This is stretched out pretty well, but it's still going to move a little when we get to the next section. This must be, oh, that's silver. Okay. I was like, what is that blob there? It's silver. I think I'm going to run this silver and all this stuff through. Okay, I'm going to leave that alone for a bit. These are going to be cool too. Let me give everything a little torch. Probably should have done that before I started tilting, but I see some bubbles.
When we wake, hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side, our fears are done. Oh, the good times just begun. Oh, we know what we have, let's hold on tight.
Maybe I'll even swipe through this a little. I'm just going to try to make them a little smaller because, like I said, they spread out once I poured them on. And now I need to go red this way. Okay.
Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright.
Okay, let's hope. Okay, we're gonna go like this.
Hear the crickets, see the moon, side by side and through, no limit to what we can do.
All right.
Hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life.
Alrighty. Alrighty, Roo. Okay. Let's see if we can tilt this and still get a cool composition. I was going to paint myself on this one. All right, time to give it a rest and take a look at it. I am absolutely covered. Hey guys, so my recording device that I had above us, it just died and I just couldn't get it all back together. I had to work quickly, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So all you missed was I tilted this way in an effort to get rid of some of that excess black, and in doing so, I lost this cool loop that I had, and this now is a weird ghostly corner that I haven't decided what I want to do with yet. I think if I decide to get rid of it, I'll do that when it's dry. And then the only other thing I did after that was I just, started doing my bottoms and edges and, coming around and filling in, empty sides and things like that. So I think this is done. I will show it to you when it's dry. Here we go. So the pearls came out so cool. So we got a lot of fun stuff. And then we got another little section of solid rainbow. And another cool section of our pearls. Lots of green, blue, and violet in that one. We even have some sort of peacock cells, I guess. So I think this one is super fun, very dynamic, and I hope you like it. Thanks for being here. Come back and paint with me again.
When we wake, hear the birds and see the sun.